Well, hello there. Today is a special day and a unique video. I have done a GeoGuessr skill test that you guys can test yourselves on to see how consistent you are on the most popular GeoGuessr maps with official Google Street View. And the modes, as you can see in the bar, in the tabs, are No Move and NMPZ. And pretty much what will happen in this spreadsheet is you will get a total score, an average score, a country accuracy, so like your percentage of countries you got correct, and also a head score counter, so you can see how much you got under 20k and how many between 21k to 22k and so on and so forth. So yeah, and if you want to practice, if you want to jump straight into it and play seeds, the seeds are here on the spreadsheet. Link is in the description. And if you want to put the data in yourself, all you need to do is, of course, go to File, make a copy, and then all you need to do is call whatever you want, and you have a copy to put your data in. If you have any issues, feel free to let me know in the comments. But yeah, I find this really fun, and the maps that you'll be tested on, if you want to do all the games, which there is 196 seeds, so you definitely need to space it out if you want to do it fully. But you don't have to do it fully. You can just play arbitrary seeds. You can just play you can just play arbitrary row. You can just play no move. You can just play NPZ. But there are 4 different modes. Yes, there is no move at NPZ, but there are quicker paced modes for more time pressure and instinctive scenarios. So there'll be a 20-second time pressure for no move, a 10-second instinctive one for NMPZ. So yeah, you can see, you can test yourself on whatever mode you want. You can test yourself on all of it, some of it, and so on. It's totally up to you guys. But I feel like sharing it because, if someone wants to test themselves and see how consistent they are, you can do it yourselves and collect the data yourselves. And like I said, the spreadsheet does half the job for you. All you need to put is the data. So if I go to here and let's say we score 23,696 and we do this, that's your score. Oopsie daisies, didn't mean to do that. And then let's say you got 4 countries correct, and let's just do this. And then let's say because you got 20.6, you need to put it in this range, and you put a 1 for the tally, which will also eventually work out for percentage, and you put that in. And yeah, so eventually you can get all this data done, and you can see what your average is. So obviously, if you complete all of it, you will get a combined average. If not, you will not get combined average unless you change it yourselves within the spreadsheet. So you can get an average for your arbitrary, you can get an average for your community, and so on and so forth for no move, 40 seconds. You'll also get like a hedge percentage, so you see how often you got like for example 23 to 23.999k or under 24k, and you can look at how often you're getting above 20k. So it's quite a good data set, and all you need to do is type it out yourselves. All you need to do is put the score in, how many countries you've got correct, and then of course from your score, put a 1 in the correct category for the head streak tally. Like I say, it doesn't take too much time, and if you space it out, it's not that much work. So, and like I say, the more you space it out, I feel like the more you can concentrate on the rounds and give it your best shot. But of course, I have also done this myself, and I think in this video, it's good to mention that I have took this skills test myself and I can show you my results. And I think you guys are curious with what I've been doing because I haven't really been making videos that often recently, but I've been active on Twitch more recently. I've been streaming some epic tournaments, so definitely check out my Twitch on the Fridays and Saturdays. There'll be generally tournaments happening within the community. So many legends will be taking part. We had an OG Granis take part in yesterday's one, which was really fun and exciting, and so many other legends have took part in them as well. So definitely keep an eye on the tourneys and my Twitch, which I'll link in the description. But yeah, for my YouTube, I will be doing more, and I will talk about that later. But now I'm going to talk about my data and show you guys what my current situation is with my performing in GeoGuessr terms and how consistent I have been when I've been doing this skill test. So if I go to my own skill test, I can look at my own results. So for no moving, I averaged 21.2k, which sounds pretty solid. Sounds pretty solid, but like only one I had a didn't score that great, which was Geotime, and I feel like Geotime was the highest map to score on because of big, it favors big countries more, similar to AIW and as well. So like, that's not really a good score, but at the same time, it's because it's a big country influence map. Like a lot of India, a lot of US, which I am not strong at, so it explains it. But yeah, you can see my average is 21.2. My country accuracy was almost 95%, pretty much 95%, and I only got 15 countries incorrect out of a possible 280. So you can make that as you will, but I think that's pretty solid. I'm pretty happy with that. No 100%, so I'm not really having a good streak run. It's kind of all spaced out, but still pretty good. And you can also look at my hedging and see like a fifth of my seeds were under 20k, but that means like 8 out of every 10 seeds it was above 20k, which is pretty solid. Definitely want to get it lower though. Like I feel like for the best players, they want this to be as limited as possible. They all want to be above 20k as much as possible. And then of course getting the high scores more often, like the 23ks, the 22ks, and even 24ks would be ideal. But obviously that's seed dependent. But yeah, getting above 20k is very important. But you can see like I've done pretty well there, and then when it gets to geo time, my head streak dropped because a lot more bigger countries come up more often, and obviously that had an impact on my scoring performance. So you can definitely see that by the results. But 21.2k, very solid. And if I compare it to my pressurized no move 20 seconds, it's very similar. I got 21k again, so it's like it's made almost no difference. And it's quite interesting. It shows like I'm used to playing fast to some degree in no moving. So that's good to see like my average isn't too much affected. And if anything, I might perform better because if you look at my country consistency, I got 95%. I only got 10 countries wrong out of. Wait, why does it say 200? I don't know how that's worked. Let me give me a second. Oh, I got 200 countries correct and 10. So wait, is it 210? Have I done maths wrong? Give me a second. Give me a second. That is that is not correct. That is not correct, is it? No, wait, 265, 280. Oh, it's because it's 6 seeds, ignore me. So, like, yeah, so for like 20 seconds, you only get 6 seeds per map. That explains it. So you get less seeds to do for the quicker paced ones. So the 40 seconds one, I'll take longer, and also there's more seeds. That explains it. I was so confused for one, but I only got 10 incorrect from a possible 210, which is pretty solid. And like I say, I had one that was 100%, which was geotime, and also my geotime average was better than my no move. I got 20k, whereas in my 40 seconds I got 19.5. So you can clearly see it really depends on the day sometimes, but on average very similar. And also it shows like I probably deal with 20-second no move fairly well. Because the average hasn't really been influenced that much. And I also had a really good day on Rainbow where I got 22.1k average, which I think was much higher than everybody else's who were doing it with me around a similar time. So I had a really strong day there. Maybe if I had an average day, the score would be lower. So we'll see. But yeah, like my hedging, you can see there's a lot more under that 20k range. So you can definitely see there's a lot more. It's happening more often when we're getting under 20k though. But you can see like I've had a lot more good games higher up, like my 22, 23k is pretty solid, like a lot in this range, which is really good. And yeah, you can see all the different maps that I've played and compare it all together if you want. And like if I look at my no move, you can definitely see a difference compared to my no move. So I meant to NMPZ if I said no move, but you can see I got 19.6k average on my NMPZ, and if I compare that to my no move 40 seconds, it was 21.2k. That is a big difference. That's if I do my maths correctly, that is 1.4 gets you to 21, so it's 1.6k difference, which is per seed. Like you're scoring 1,600 points higher each seed. That is quite a big difference. I know that you're not meant to do as well in NMPZ, but that is a big difference from thinking of it that way. And it's quite interesting. And you can see like, there's a lot more under the 20k average, so obviously the head street score is going to be a lot more under the 20k. So like almost half my seeds were under 20k on NMPZ. But I had some higher ones as well. But like I say, definitely needs more work, and NMPZ definitely needs to improve for tournament preparation in the future. So yeah, definitely good to look at this. My country accuracy, not as good obviously. 34 countries wrong out of 280 is not ideal, but it's still pretty good. It's not like a disaster. It's still fairly solid. Like I say, I think there was a couple of days where I got 8 incorrect, and a couple of 5 days, but there were some days where I was only getting 2 wrong. So like it really depends, doesn't it? But yep, that's my NMPZ. 30 seconds, and of course the absolute carnage of 10 seconds NMPZ. Yeah, this might look bad, and it feels bad when you're playing. Like it's not that fun. Like when you're scoring 11k, 14k, or struggling to get over 20k, it's not that fun. But you can really see how where you are with instinctive quick guessing, and that's why I have so much respect for like people like Bag who can just get a 23k and just guess in 3 seconds per round. Like I don't understand how people can do it. Like it's really impressive, and like you see my average is 17.8. Like I obviously I'm not used to it. Well, I've practiced it, but I'm definitely not used to it. And you can see that my average scores were not great, especially my AI Gen. AI Gen was my off day, I would say. Definitely was an off day. I don't normally play that bad, to be honest. But yeah, you can see like mostly I was getting like mid late 17, 18, maybe early 19Ks. Arbitrary was 20k, but it's a very nice map, so it was going to be higher. But you can also see my country's correct percentage is low as well, like 77%. That's like 1 every 4 countries I get wrong, which is not good. But it's a very hard format, and some modes are a lot harder than others. Like I say, a lot of it could be Europe roulette, which I know is a lot hard, which is really hard. I'm not good at Europe nowadays. I need to improve at it. And you can look at my hedge and see like 69%, so well over half. I got under 20k. And as you go further on, there's some that I didn't even get over 20k once. So you can definitely see the difference there compared to the no move. So and the NMPZ 30 seconds, you see a massive difference in this more than any other mode, and it really does fluctuate a lot. So I could definitely see myself having a bad day and not getting a high score in 6 months' time, or I could be playing better and get a much higher score on this on a good day. So we'll see, because I will be testing myself 6 months' time to try this similar kind of format again, see how much, see how it compares, see if I've improved in certain areas, see if I've become more consistent with certain countries, like country accuracy, I meant, and obviously like getting a better average score would be nice, and getting less under that 20k would be very ideal, especially for NMPZ as well, which seems to definitely be a lot more weak than I realised. But yeah, interesting to look at, and like this could be you looking at your data. You could be looking at your data like this and thinking, I want to get better at GeoGuessr, or I just want, or you're just curious to see how where you're at, how you're averaging. Giving yourself a realistic thing to look at, take your time whilst playing the games, and then once that ends, it ends. And yes, things may go wrong in the test, but that happens in tests whenever you do them. Things don't always go to plan. And I think this is a fun thing to try yourselves. And I hope you enjoyed like this unique kind of idea. And like I say, if you want to if you want the spreadsheet, go to the link in the description. And if you want to make your own copy to put your own data in for your own data collection, like I say, you can keep it private and to yourself, or you can share it with me or your friends or whatever, and tell people how you did. But like I say, you can just make it your own document and then you can edit it yourselves. But yeah, I hope you've enjoyed this video, and also I want to quickly say I will be making more videos, and like I say, I can't really cut anything from this video. For example, it would be a lot more nicer. If anybody wants to give me a hand with any cropping of editing, feel free to contact me. Obviously it'd be voluntary. I kind of you know what I mean, like it'd be totally voluntary. Like I don't necessarily need it, but it'd be very, very convenient and will be definitely good for you guys to have more concise content and more engaging content for the future. So feel free to contact me if you want to give me a hand. But yeah, so yeah, definitely stay tuned for next week. I will be planning a video for like an educational video. So it'll be like I'll be doing like a video a week where I play a set of seeds on certain maps and talk through them and share my explanations of what I think, where it is, and try and teach you guys some cool things, whether you're a beginner or a pro. Like it doesn't matter. Stay tuned for that. And also I will be trying to play some of the competitive series again, but I don't want to take it too seriously. I probably just play like 5 games a week and make a video and share my thought process, and also kind of treat it like as an educational one. Maybe be more towards the more experienced players, but still, I will still share my thought process, and it'll be fun to watch. And I've got nothing to lose. I didn't quite make it to the regionals for EMEA, so as far as I know, I just have to think about next year. But I also care about you guys, and I want to help you guys get better at the game if you want to, and also have fun playing GeoGuessr. So yep, keep an eye on my Twitch. I'm pretty much almost streaming every day now, and also tomorrow I will be doing some big country practice again. So keep an eye on that, and there might be a head streak, 2-hour head streak challenge on stream as well. So yep, stay tuned for all that. Plenty to come. Like I say, if you want to help me with the editing, feel free to give me a shout, and I'll catch you all in the next video. Yeah, cuss.